The last thing you want when you're trying to grow a YouTube channel is to fall for some of the myths that are out there around YouTube. Some of it is just outdated information. Some of it is just absolutely, completely, 100% wrong. And because that information is wrong, guess what's going to happen when you start taking that information seriously and you start thinking that a myth is the truth? I'll tell you exactly what's gonna happen. Your channel's not gonna grow. You're gonna be thinking that you're doing all the right things, but in reality, you're not doing the right things. And because of that, your entire YouTube experience is not going to be what it is that you're wanting to get out of YouTube. So because of that, let's talk about the 7 myths that are gonna hold you back on YouTube if you keep believing them. Starting with, you have to make a ton of videos in order to get a lot of subscribers on your YouTube channel. The reason that this one is a myth is because you can get a lot of subscribers on your YouTube channel and really get your YouTube channel picking up some serious steam with just one video. As an example, you'll see this video right here drove over 64,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel. This video here over 52,000, this video here over 49,000, this video here over 43,000, 37,000, and that's just a few of them. Some of those videos I made when I was first getting started on YouTube, some of them I've made within the past year or two, but just one or a handful of really good videos can really do wonders for your YouTube channel and your subscriber growth. The next myth, actually the next two, we are going to be talking specifically about thumbnails. So this first one here is that a lot of people think that you have to have a face in your thumbnail, and that's absolutely not true. The idea with a thumbnail is to simply grab somebody's attention when they're sitting there scrolling through their phone or when they're looking, at videos on their computer. And of course, help them identify that your content in some way is something that might be important to them. For example, you're creating a curiosity gap, or you are just being explicit in terms of this is what this video is about. And look, there are a lot of cases where a face is not required for the thumbnail. Like, you'll see this in a lot of gaming videos, you'll see this in a lot of tech videos, you'll see this in a lot of sport videos. For example, if you were making videos about baseball and you just had a baseball and your thumbnail itself, this is my squishy baseball, but in the thumbnail itself, if you just had this, then one of the things that you're doing there is you're helping people identify that this video has something to do with baseball. And because of that, a face isn't required because the thing that they care about is baseball. So because of that, you want to make sure that when you're putting your thumbnails together that you're focusing your potential viewer on the thing that is important to them when it comes to grabbing their attention and helping them identify that your content is something that might be important or something that might matter to them. And a face or a person is not always the right way to do that. Now, keep in mind, if you are somebody that has a following already to where, people are going to be able to recognize your content because they know that it's you in the thumbnail, they know it's your video, and they're going to come in because of that. In that case, of course, use your face, but you want to make sure that you're not just putting your face in your thumbnail just because you think that everybody should have faces in their thumbnails if they want to have people click on their videos, because it's not true. The next YouTube myth also has something to do with thumbnails, and that is that a lot of people think that you have to have text in your thumbnails. And when it comes to text in your thumbnails, sure, it can be helpful, it can be beneficial, it can give context to what it is that you're doing. But that same exact context can also be given through just an image. So you don't always have to have text on your thumbnails. In fact, I encourage you to experiment with just trying to use imagery in your thumbnails from time to time and not using any text whatsoever, and just test it and see the types of results that you get with it. This next myth that I'm going to share with you actually holds down a lot more content creators than it actually helps. And the reason for that is because this myth creates this image in the mind of new content creators that they don't have a chance. That myth is that YouTube does not show the content of new YouTube content creators to people on the platform, at least not at scale. You're going to see people saying this all over the place online. And the reason for that is because a lot of people start YouTube channels. They don't go through the effort of trying to figure out how to actually make it work. They're just throwing up videos, hoping they get lucky. And unfortunately, when you're taking that approach, in a lot of cases, it just doesn't work out. So instead of being honest about it and saying, hey, this didn't work out for me, I didn't even really try, they go around and they spread this myth that says that, YouTube holds down small creators, it doesn't show videos of new content creators to people on the platform, and that you don't stand a chance making it on the platform in 2021 or 2022 or 2023 or whenever it happens to be that you're watching this video. Now, when it comes to proof of this, one thing that you can look at is you can see that there's a lot of channels that when they first get started, they might put out, a handful of videos, and then their videos will start taking off and they'll start doing well once they learn the best practices of YouTube, or once they learn how to put content together in a way that people respond to. Now, for proof of this one, Look at every single channel on YouTube. Everybody started at scratch. Everybody started at zero with no following, and the people that have any type of results on their videos, any type of results on their channels, all of those people started with zero, and then they got to that point. How do you think they got there? I'll go ahead and answer this one. So the difference between somebody that's getting views on their videos, let's say, 100 views on a video or 1,000 views a video compared to somebody that's getting none, the difference between those two is that the person that is getting 1,000 views on a video, they're making content that the people that YouTube is showing their content to responds to in a better way than the people that are getting no results whatsoever in their videos. This comes down to the video topics, the thumbnails, the titles, then the actual video content itself. When you learn how to make those things in a way that people respond positively, then your videos will start performing better. YouTube's algorithm actually follows the audience. And what that means is if people like content and they respond positively to it, YouTube's gonna keep showing it to people. If people don't respond positively to it, or they click on your videos and they just don't end up watching those videos for any acceptable amount of time, then guess what? YouTube is going to swap that video out for a video that people do respond to, and they're gonna show that one more. So don't fall for that myth. The fact that you're watching this video about YouTube myths so that you can do better on your YouTube channel and so you don't fall for this stuff shows that you are already on the right path. So when you run across that information, please do not let it discourage you, because it discourages a lot of people and it causes them to quit, and I don't want that to happen to you. The next myth is that tags are super important for your videos and that you need to spend a lot of time on your YouTube tags. This is absolutely 1000% not true at all. When it comes to your YouTube tags, you want to make sure that you are using the box. I mean, it's there, so continue to use it until they take it away. But when it comes to actually putting the information into that box, you want to make sure that you're not spending a lot of time on it. You can use a tool like TubeBuddy. I'll put a link to that down in the description, but you can use a tool like TubeBuddy that will help you be able to just burn right through your tags without needing to spend a bunch of time on them. And the reason I wanted to talk about this one is because I see all the time on Reddit and Facebook groups and things like that where people are saying, hey, my videos aren't doing well. Am I using the right tags? Or they'll say that, hey, I'm using all of the right tags for my videos, but my videos still aren't getting views. It's not about your tags. It's about your videos and how you're packaging those videos up in terms of the topic, title, and thumbnail. The next myth that a lot of especially new content creators fall for is that as long as your video content is good, you should look at your thumbnail and your title as kind of like an afterthought. So just focus on making good content and you'll get there. That is completely not true in any way, shape, or form. And the reason that it's not true is because when you are publishing content, you can have the best video in the world, the best video that has ever been uploaded to YouTube, ever in the history of YouTube, in the history of the internet. You have the best video. But if people are not clicking on it, guess who's never gonna see that video? Everybody is not gonna see that video. So because of that, it's really important to make sure that you're putting as much effort into the packaging of your video, which is the topic, title, and thumbnail, that you're putting as much effort into that as you are your video content, because you need to be able to get people to click on what it is that you're doing in order for them to be able to experience the awesome videos that you're creating. The next myth is that new or small content creators cannot compete with the big YouTube content creators, and this is also a complete YouTube myth. Do you remember just a little bit ago when I was talking about the creator who's getting 1,000 views a video versus the creator who doesn't get any views on their video? Well, the same exact thing applies, or the same rules apply to big channels as they do smaller channels. The only difference is that when a larger channel publishes a new piece of content, YouTube has a lot of data on that channel in terms of who the right fit for that content might be that is on YouTube at that particular moment in time. So we can typically drive views a lot faster right out of the gate. And what I mean by that is if I publish a video right now, there's a really good chance that I'm gonna get a lot more views on that video over the next 2 hours compared to somebody that started a channel 10 minutes ago and that publishes the same video. And this is the part right here where the playing field levels out. So let's say that I publish a video right now on my YouTube channel, and right out of the gate, let's say that I have, 1,000 people come into that video. And then the channel that I was talking about that started their channel 10 minutes ago that published the same video, let's say they're a little bit slower out of the gate, but man, the people that actually see that video, they're clicking on it a lot more than they're clicking on mine. And in addition to that, they're also watching their video for a lot longer than mine, and people are sharing it out, and people are really engaging with that content that just got published on that new channel. If that is happening, and then on my channel, the video that I just published, let's say people aren't really clicking on it a lot, or let's say that, just people aren't responding to that video that I just put out in the way that I would like them to, or in a way that's competitive for the platform, then in that case, over time, there's a really good good chance that that video that was just published is going to end up getting a lot more views than the video that I just published, even though I have a substantially larger channel. To reinforce this, earlier in the video, I talked about how YouTube tells us that the algorithm follows the audience, which means, again, that if people respond positively, they're going to keep showing it to more people. Well, the same exact thing applies to a new channel as it does a larger channel, in terms of if people are responding to it a lot, it's going to get more views. If people are not responding to it a lot and they're not enjoying the content, well, it's just not going to perform well on the platform, and it'll end up getting shelved, so to speak, instead of getting mass distribution on the platform. And really quick, I have a favor to ask you. If you have a friend of yours that is making videos for YouTube and you think they're falling for some of this stuff, please share this video with them so that they don't get stuck in that hole thinking that they can't do well just because they're new at YouTube or just because they have a smaller channel. And if you're somebody that's serious about growing your YouTube channel and you're trying to figure out like, hey, how can I do this better? Click into this playlist right here. It's going to help you out a lot. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.